Somewhere right now, a 26-year-old with a laptop is outperforming an entire department of 12 people. This gap in performance has nothing to do with a prestigious degree or superior intellect. This person isn't working longer hours than their colleagues. We are observing the emergence of a specific kind of divide. It is a split between people who treat AI as an experiment and those who have turned it into their primary source of leverage. Economic power has a history of reshuffling. In 1750, the line was drawn between those who owned the land and those who worked it. By 1900, the advantage moved to the factory floor, favoring those who owned industrial machinery. At the turn of the millennium, the economy rewarded those who understood how to navigate the internet while leaving the analog world behind. History shows that when the underlying landscape of work changes, a failure to adapt can erase a person's career prospects within a few years.
We are in a similar transition now, but the rate of change is significantly higher than in previous centuries. A common argument is that we have seen this before. We adapted to the steam engine and the assembly line, and humans found new ways to remain useful. Industrial machines replaced physical labor and repetitive hand movements. Artificial intelligence replaces the human mind. It handles the thinking, the writing, and the analysis that used to be the exclusive domain of the white-collar professional. Cognitive leverage is different because it scales at a rate physical labor never could. You cannot retrain for this by learning another manual skill. It requires a move into a different structural layer of society. We can now see three distinct tiers forming. The first is the architects. These are the engineers and founders building the models. They possess a level of influence over the tools of everyday life that few private citizens have ever held. The second tier is the amplified. These are freelancers, students, and employees who use AI to multiply their output. They are directing the tools to do the work of entire teams, allowing a single person to compete with a mid-sized company. The third tier is the displaced. These are professionals whose roles are being automated. They are talented and capable, but they are working in industries where a $20 subscription can now replicate their primary output. This hierarchy depends on one specific variable: how effectively a person can direct an algorithm. This chart shows the results of a 2024 MIT study. Researchers found that workers using AI produced results that were rated 40% higher in quality compared to those working without it. Research from Boston Consulting Group showed a similar trend. AI-assisted workers completed their tasks 25% faster. The group that did not use AI showed no improvement in their speed or quality over the same period. Software developers using GitHub Copilot saw an even larger gap, finishing their tasks 55% faster. Consider a marketing manager named Marcus. When his company provided AI tools, Marcus spent 3 hours actually learning how to use them. Within 6 months, he automated his reporting and analysis workflows. He began handling the strategic work that used to require his entire 3-person team. Marcus was promoted, and his 2 colleagues were made redundant. The AI did not replace them on its own. It provided the human holding the controls the ability to take over their responsibilities. We are currently in the Model T era of this technology. The models we use today will soon be viewed as primitive. This chart shows how the capability gap between those using these tools and those ignoring them is compounding. The impact of AI on a career is already measurable. The focus now is on which side of this compounding curve you occupy. To enter the amplified class, you have to follow a specific set of steps. First, move past tutorials and start using an AI tool for a real task today. Second, master the skill of providing clear, precise instructions. The ability to communicate what you want is the primary skill of this decade. Third, identify your most repetitive weekly tasks and hand them over to the machine. Fourth, stay updated. The software landscape changes every 90 days. A capability that seemed impossible in January is often routine by April. Finally, invest in the traits AI cannot replicate. Your ethical judgment, your human relationships, and your creative taste are what make you the captain. The algorithm is simply the engine. The divide is growing at a rate that outpaces most policy or regulation. The choice to adapt is still available, but the opportunity to pick a side will not last indefinitely.